Alright people, listen up, because I'm only going to say all this once. Many of you will be questioning why I made the decision I made tonight. Why turn on Roscoe instead of backing me to the hilt? Their number one guy, their number one champion. The rest of Roscoe decided to get above their station. Scott McLeod has popped up out of the blue into relevancy. So I thought to myself, why am I wasting my time? Ross, if you're listening, I am sick of you having your name over the door. I am forming my own stable. The 4 goes. We are taking over, and to start that reign off with a bang, I am wasting no time to take back my baby. I am cashing in, spare change in the tin.
How many pay-per-view appearances has Kofi Kingston made?
About 56, I don't know.
56.
Campbell.
About 60.
The correct answer is 90.
Yes! Free time, baby!
Hand over, Scott!
The Goatsman's reign begins! And quite frankly, you have no fucking chance in hell. We now come to my partner Scott McLeod. Scott, who are you picking?
Reunited and it feels so good. You better listen, this ain't no make-believe. I'm picking The Miz and John Morrison.
Oh, you suck, you little punk! We made a deal!
You made a deal with Mark Roscoe before you stabbed me in the back.
I cannot believe that. You can write that. Yeah. I can never trust the McLeod.
I betrayed you at the season 4 kickoff, and I needed us to be even, and then you left. You selfishly left me high and dry to carry this show. You said, oh aye, we built up this show, we've got this great chemistry, now I can't hack it anymore, I need to leave. And then you came back. So here's what I'm suggesting, and if you are as great as you claim to be, you'll accept. Because in this edition, I want to beat you at your own game, David. You and me, Quiz Showdown, and the subject will be movies.
Scott, I've seen what you can do at trivia. I've seen what you can do at movie trivia. I had a Star Wars gauntlet. I saw you run the floor with 14 rounds. Scott McLeod versus David Campbell. 30-minute Ironman match.
David Campbell or Scott McLeod? I mean, it's a bit like being asked whether you'll prefer to be kicked to the left or the right testicle.
Look, when it comes to Quiz Showdown 4, there's only one person you can back.
I think it's safe to say this is going to be a very hotly contested match between these two. But if I was a betting man, I'm going to have to go with my Saturday Draft Live co-host, Scott McLeod. He always seems to keep a level head when it comes to quizzes.
Scott McLeod, you've got my vote, son. Do us proud.
So, who's winning the Quiz Showdown 4? Only one person. David Campbell. Go on, mate.
Get rid of this man, this goat, David Campbell.
You know, the GOAT may be knowledgeable on this subject, but he can easily bottle it. So, let's see what happens.
I do think the winner is going to be Scott. Yeah, it makes sense.
David, I'm going to beat you at Quiz Showdown, and you will know that I was the better man.
Well. We built for this since the last one. This has been building for well over a year and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, the day is finally here. We are finally settling the score. This is Quiz Showdown 4, but this isn't just your regular Quiz Showdown. Nah, we're not doing your regular traditional wrestling Quiz Showdown, which we all enjoy them. That's nice. But we're doing one special. Because for these two people here, the medium of wrestling isn't big enough for them to settle their score. So we're going outside the box. We're going into the realm of one of our contestants. Quiz Showdown is going Hollywood, baby! And we have here our two competitors. They've been blown away by that little promo video that was played just before there. So we'll get their thoughts in just a few minutes, but we'll get to that in a second. First off, just remember, you're here on the YouTube channel, so please do subscribe, because we have shows like The Conspiracy Theory. We have this. We have another one coming very, very soon. I may get one of our contestants to elaborate a little further on that. However, let's actually meet our contestants now. So, this man, he kind of got the short end of the stick on the last one. And I mean that in the most sincere sense, because, well, he was the furthest thing away from winning it. Ladies and gentlemen, he is hoping to end the rivalry today once and for all and continue the era of the GOAT, David Campbell. David, how are you doing?
Your Eat Sleep Suplex Retweet champion, David the GOAT Campbell, for a sixth time. Listen, no alcohol this time, Daniel. I'm going to blame that on my previous loss. It turns out alcohol and quizzes do not mix for the go. As to the lovely video package you put together, the first 45 seconds were the best part of that when it was just me. Then you got a load of idiots on the screen who proclaimed Scott McLeod the winner of today, which, not linked to it, but Kwaku Aji has subsequently been sacked from First Time Films. So we'll see. We'll see how today goes. I'm in no doubt about Scott's ability. I don't think that this will be a walkover, but I am confident enough in my own knowledge that I should be able to put up a good fight today. So let's see what happens.
Very good words indeed, because we saw in that video Derek Kernahan, one of the members of the Four Goatsmen, is pulling for you. As is Stacey Smith. She sent me a message to show her support for you in this particular showdown. How are you feeling knowing what is about to happen?
I'm up against the best quizzer in Eat Sleep Suplex Retweet. I've seen him quiz on wrestling. I've seen him quiz on Star Wars. Don't forget the Star Wars Gauntlet that you won, Daniel. Scott McLeod lasted 15 rounds. That tallies up to over 75 Star Wars questions, most of which he got right. Like I said, I'm not taking this match lightly, but I know what I know. Hopefully it'll be enough.
Well, we shall see. And he did mention him a few moments ago. This man, he is doing so well. He is going to be... He's going to be in an interesting spot here, because movies is generally the realm of the GOAT, as the GOAT is made aware with First Time Films, as he just mentioned. And not mention, he also organised the Star Wars Gauntlet, which I won. Cheers, David. So we now have to... This man will be hoping to show that not only is he great with wrestling quizzes, he is fantastic with movie quizzes. Ladies and gentlemen, your Quiz Showdown champions, brother, Scott McLeod.
Oh, Daniel, I mean, just watching that video package, I need a cigarette. I don't even smoke. I mean, the biggest shock of that video package was Kwaku saying that he thought I was going to win, and given his connection now being part of First Time Films, that was the big surprise. Formerly, yeah. And honestly, I feel like I get more pressure every time we do a quiz, because even when I don't win, I tend to do very well. So then there's seemingly pressure on me. Dave keeps calling me the favourite. But I'm not taking this lightly either. I know David's history with films. He hosts a film podcast despite never seeing Hot Rod. And
I know he's in it.
I have spent a lot of time in my youth watching films. That's the benefit of having no friends.
I know how you feel.
And so I like David, I know what I know. It's just like, even if I lose, I want to at least give a good account of myself and not be like humiliated. I want to at least give a good account of myself. It's like the Rock Austin of ESSR. It deserves a definitive ending.
Yes, this is definitely the Aldi own brand version of Rock versus Austin from Eat Sleep Suplex Retweet. Now, there is one notable difference with this particular Quiz Showdown, people. The Quiz Showdown Championship is not on the line. This is so big that we had to ask the Quiz Showdown champion, Ross McLeod, to take a back seat on this one, to sit out. He will be back for Quiz Showdown 5, but, gentlemen, your champion has sent me a statement that he would like me to read for you.
Here we go.
Wow.
Dear bastards, not surprised that the first Quiz Showdown after my victory, Ross as usual, has been pushed aside. Not since Carol cheated on Ross with Susan has a Ross been so discarded and mistreated at the hands of the people he trusted. It's not my fault once again David Campbell ran his mouth and couldn't get the job done on a quiz. It's not my fault that Scott once again chokes when given a challenger on a quiz. Yet here we are, the Quiz Showdown that was meant to be for the Quiz Showdown title, and because Ross threw a spanner in the works, he's been missed. Big David Cena, you can't see him because he's just left again, and Scott the Cock Johnson, instead of raising eyebrows, he raises the question of how god-awful a person can be. Once in a lifetime, and good God, I hope so. Here, they are showing off film trivia on a successful medium, since nobody wants to listen to First Time Films or Scott and Paul's Rambling podcast. So to the two pricks I kept relevant while being on just about every show in 2018, while one about in Boston and one hoped would just get kindly ram your pointless quiz up your arse. No regards, your Quiz Showdown champion, Ross McLeod.
Oh, well, now you see why I did what I did all those years ago. I think nothing else has to be said from me.
I mean, I did say, David Campbell rightfully mentioned he is currently the ESSR champion. I did try and coax him into putting that belt on the line, but a coward of a man, coward.
This does not need the ESSR title. Just remember, you two, this is bigger than the ESSR title. This is a story that has been going on for well over a year and a half. And today, perhaps this is the end. We will find out very, very soon. So as you know, ladies and gentlemen, going into this is not your traditional quiz. This will be a 30-minute movie trivia Ironman match. I have questions lined up. The two guys are going to try and answer them in as much time as possible. But before we do that, gents, we need to go over the rules of the Ironman match. Cue the graphics board. Ta-da!
Oh my God.
Rules help control the fun.
Both of you have an option for a minute's break. With this break, I will stop the questions, the clock will continue to run, and then we will pick up after a minute has gone. If either of you have not used your breaks by the 25th minute, then we'll just make the 26th minute a break to give you guys a little breather and get you ready for the final round. The questions will be 5 categories that have specific themes, followed by a final round that is just general movie trivia knowledge. The competitor with the most points wins when the timer expires. That's a given for Ironman situations. In the event of a tie, I will continue answering questions under sudden death rules. Scott, how are you feeling within there?
Oh yeah, I'm very confident. Can you not see how confident my hand is?
That's pretty much how I am right now as well. I'm the guy hosting the damn thing. So, gentlemen, when I ask you a question, you will have a period of 10 seconds to then write down an answer. I will then ask you very briefly for your answer. As soon as we have your answers and I confirm who's correct and who has the point, we will then move on. Guys, good luck because the timer is about to start.
Okay.
The Ironman match, David Campbell versus Scott McLeod, begins now. Your first question in the category of Disney movies. In Atlantis, Milo's Return, who voices Milo?
Oh, for God's sake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott, who is your answer?
I may have took the wrong Disney movie. I put Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't know if you can see my brain.
Okay, David?
Didn't get anything for that one. I think Joseph Gordon-Levitt was Treasure Planet, though.
Yeah, I may have confused the two.
The answer was James Arnold Taylor, who doubled for Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Question 2. In Toy Story 2, how far was Al's toy barn from where Al lived?
One of the best Twitter accounts going to now.
Three, 2, 1. Scott, where did he live?
He was right across the street.
David?
He was right across the street and he couldn't believe he had to drive all the way to work on a Saturday, all the way to work.
Points to both of you. Correct. Question 3. Robin Williams played the genie in Aladdin's 1 and 3. Who played the genie in Aladdin 2?
Don't know. Don't know.
Three, 2, 1. David, who was
No
it?
idea. No clue.
Scott?
I didn't have it.
Oh! It was Dan Castanella, aka Homer Simpson.
Ah, fuck.
Something about contractual obligations. Question 4. Who was the only actor from the original animated Lion King to return for the 2019 live-action remake?
I'm surprised not more came back. Most of them are still alive.
Yeah.
I know. 4, 3, 2, 1. Scott, who was it?
Simba, I am your father. It was James Earl Jones.
David?
It was Mr. James Earl Jones.
Points to both of you. It was indeed James L. Jones.
Seems to be a good one and then an extremely hard one. That seems to be the trick here.
Question 5. Pull the lever, Kronk is a line from which 2000 film?
Oh, so underrated.
Maybe my favourite Disney villain.
I can see you taking inspiration from this person.
3, 2, 1. David, what film is it from?
The Emperor's New Groove.
Scott?
Emperor's New Groove.
Points to both of you. Very well done.
Yeah.
The real question is, why did they even have that liver?
Very good question. So, question 6, the final question on Disney movies. Who directed the live-action Aladdin remake?
Watched another one of this director's films the other night.
Very interesting to hear them going at work there. In 3, 2, 1. Scott, who directed it?
I didn't know. I didn't see this one, so I just threw out a director's name, Robert Zemeckis.
Okay. David?
Let's take a guess.
It was Mr. Guy Ritchie.
Correct. A point to David.
Oh,
And
break the deadlock there, thank God.
We're now at the end of the first round, and I can say that the score at the moment is David Campbell winning 4-3. Oh, this is getting very, very interesting. We're going to move on to category 2, and this is Marvel films.
Okay.
So your first question, truth or lies, of the top 20 highest grossing movies of all time, 5 of them come from the MCU. Four, 3, 2, 1. Scott, is it true or false?
Hey, I put true.
David?
I'm just glad I put the same as Scott, also put true.
No points to both of you. There were 6 films of the MCU in the top grossing movies. Very quickly, they are Iron Man 3, Black Panther, Age of Ultron, First Avengers, Infinity War, and at number 1, Endgame. Second question in this category. Which film star cameos as an actor playing Loki in Thor Ragnarok?
Love this question. Mostly because I know it.
2, 1. That helps. Since you know it, David, go on.
It was Matt Damon!
Scott, did you have the same answer?
Matt Damon. I did, yeah.
Points to the both of you there. It was indeed Matt Damon, aka Jimmy Fallon's favourite guy. Not Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, wrong Jimmy. Wrong Jimmy, Dan.
Little Jimmy. Third question. Malekith, the villain of Thor the Dark World, is played by which former Doctor Who actor?
Oh, what's his name?
Of course you would put a Doctor Who question in here.
I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? Hell, there's a TARDIS in the background. Come on. 3, 2, 1. David, who was it?
Christopher Eccleston.
Okay, Scott.
Christopher Eccleston. It took me right to the last second to remember his surname. I just remember him as the baddie from G.I. Joe.
Well, you'll be happy to know it points to both of you, as it was indeed Chris Eccleston.
Yep.
Fourth question. What year saw the launch of the MCU? Let's just hope that nobody goes for the 90s, because that would be far too off. 3,
Don't give him
2, 1. Scott, who was it?
I think it was 2008, as that's when Ironman 1 came out.
Interesting. David?
He says 2008, but I'm 2008. I got that boom, 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 boom. Sorry.
It was here that Daniel's mind farted, and he had the wrong answer himself. David and Scott got the correct answer, while Daniel, for some obscure reason, had 2007 on his sheet. He wouldn't have had this if Hockney had hosted. He must have been busy this day. Anyway, it wasted their precious time, so we're going to crack on with the next question. Pick it up, Daniel.
Moving on from that debacle of me organising this quiz. Next question. How many actors have played Bruce Banner in Marvel movies?
Oh, that's a tough one, because...
For a quick clarification, I am not including made-for-TV movies.
Right. Thank you.
That would be far too mean. That'd be a Scott McLeod question.
Hey.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, man.
Scott?
3.
David?
Yeah, I said 3.
You both get points. It is 3. Eric Bana, Edward Norton, and Mark Ruffalo.
I was trying to think if the original guy had a cinematic movie or not, but...
I couldn't even tell off the top of my head. And the final question in the category. In how many movies did Hugh Jackman play Wolverine?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. David, how many films?
Okay, I have 7 if you include Deadpool 2 as a separate film.
Interesting. Scott?
I put 8, not including First Class, because he's not actually credited in that. Even though he appears, he's not credited.
Very, very interesting. So I have a completely different answer from both of you.
What do you have?
For you see, I include films that he was not credited in.
Okay.
So the answer is 9.
Damn. Both
because,
wrong.
While obviously he had the cameo in First Class,
yeah,
he also cameos in Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Well, I
couldn't get the counting time. I was trying to count them up in my head, and I think I missed out Origins and the Wolverine for some stupid reason.
Most people want to miss out Origins.
Yeah, for good reason, they're crap.
Yeah. At the moment, it is still very close. It is 8-7 to David Campbell.
Oh, jeez.
We now move on to the third category. The category is Harry Potter. Right. Question 1. Who directed Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone? Tension building here. 3, 2, 1. Scott, who directed Philosopher's Stone?
Chris Columbus.
David, you had the same?
Yeah, Chris Columbus.
Points to both of you. It was indeed Chris Columbus.
I thought I was being stupid. I was like, his name must be slightly different. You're thinking of the Explorer. Like, I got there then.
Just a bit of a difference there, yes. The next question. What model of car do Harry and Ron fly to Hogwarts in Chamber of Secrets? Let's see who pays attention in that one. And we're getting the answers in 3, 2, 1. David, you first.
I said Ford Mustang. I know that's wrong.
Scott.
I'm trying to think of an old car, but a Morris Minor or whatever, but that's got headlamps on it, so that's probably wrong.
No points for both of you there. It was a Ford Anglia.
Damn, I couldn't get Anglia. Oh.
Number 3. Harry flies Buckbeak in a scene from Prisoner of Azkaban. What species is Buckbeak? Always interesting when you see that look of curiosity on Scott's face when he's trying to figure out the answer. We will find his answer out in 3, 2, 1. But first, I come to you, David. Who was it? Or
He is
rather,
a
what
hippogriff.
species is puppy?
A hippogriff.
Scott?
Harry Potter is not a good subject, so I've been researching this one.
Ah. The answer is indeed a hippogriff. Just to confirm again now, Scott, did you have that?
What?
Did you have the answer to that one there, sorry?
Yes, I did that.
Awesome.
I pulled that one at my house because I only have a passing interest in these movies.
Your next question. Which member of Monty Python appears in the film series? In 3, 2, 1. Scott, which member of Monty Python?
I believe it's John Cleese.
David, you had the same?
Yeah, John Cleese is nearly headless Nick.
Points to both of you there. Indeed, John Cleese. How fitting he played someone who had ceased to be, had expired and gone to meet the Maker, had rolled down the curtain and joined the choir invisible. Question 5. The new Batman, Robert Pattinson, appeared in which Harry Potter film?
Mr. Pattinson.
Get that name trending. Okay, go for answers. David, what film?
Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Scott?
Same, Goblet of Fire.
Points to the both of you there. Very well done. It was indeed the Goblet of Fire. Your final question on the category of Harry Potter is complete the quote.
Oof.
Not my daughter. A very big grin appearing there on the face of the goat. He must
It's
know this line.
one of my favourite lines in cinematic history.
Very interesting. 3, 2, 1. David, complete the line. Not my daughter.
You bitch.
Scott?
I didn't have it.
Ooh. At the end of the third round, David Campbell's on a 2-point lead.
Means nothing. Still a lot of time to go here.
13 to 11. Your fourth category. We haven't been able to escape it completely. Your fourth category is wrestling movies.
Oh, wow, this could be the round Scott comes back.
First question. No Holds Barred features Hulk Hogan facing which enemy?
Oh my god. Oh,
Interesting expression from the GOAT. Could this be the round where everything turns around? 3, 2, 1. Scott.
Zeus.
Oh, thank Christ.
David?
I started to doubt myself thinking it was Hercules, his son, but I went with Zeus.
Correct answer for both of you. Well done. For the next question. Ready to Rumble features a cameo from which future WWE superstar?
See, the Harry Potter thing was David's round because I'm not one of these weirdos who goes, "Oh, I'm such a Ravenclaw. What are you? What house are you?"
I'm a Slytherin.
Stop being a Hufflepuff, Scott. 3, 2, 1. Since you're gabbing away, Scott, who was at the cameo in Ready to Rumble?
It'd be easy if you missed him because you really can't see him. It's John Cena.
Wow.
Wow, what an awesome segue there. David, did you have the answer?
Scott pulls a point back. I put the Great Khali.
Oh.
Yeah, then you definitely would not have
That's
missed
how
him.
you make that an Oscar winner.
Third question in the category of wrestling movies. Who directed Fighting with My Family? Interesting to see the gap close up in that one. Is it going to close any further? We will find out our answer now. David, who directed Fighting with My Family?
It was Mr. Stephen Merchant.
Scott, did you have the same answer?
Yeah, Ricky Gervais's pal, Stephen Merchant.
Yes, Ricky Gervais's pal gets the point. Well done. Your fourth question. Which WWE Studios movie featuring Triple H shares its name with a popular Pixar film? Who'd have thought it? WWE and Pixar in the same sentence. That's not something you would consider, is it? I know I
I
wouldn't.
remember hearing a story. That Triple H's role was meant to go like Batista or something like that.
Oh, probably. 2, 1. David, what film was it?
I put Cars, I don't know.
That would have been a unique one. Scott?
David, you just did an episode on this. It's Inside Out.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Correct indeed. Inside Out indeed. Triple H was able to keep his beard for this one, and then he shaved it for the chaperone.
I was going to put the chaperone. I had written the chaperone until the end of the question where you said shares his name with a Pixar movie. I was like, well, that's my Triple H movies.
Never mention the chaperone again after that David Hockney graphic from last place.
No one's going to forget that one. Fifth question. Name the 3 men to have taken the lead role in the 12 Rounds films. Maybe a fairly straightforward one there. We never know. We're going to find out in a moment when we have the scores. Scott, name the 3 men, please.
We have John Cena, Randy Orton, and Dean Ambrose.
Correct. David, did you have the same?
Yeah, John Cena, Randy Orton, Dean Ambrose.
Excellent points across the board there for the 2 of you.
Thank God.
And the final question of this category. John Cena and The Miz starred in The Marine. Which other WWE superstar has taken the lead in The Marine? And 3, 2, 1. David, name this person.
Ted DiBiase Jr.
Scott?
Yep, Ted DiBiase Jr. I've got his dad's autograph up there on the wall.
Oh, that's lovely. Points to both of you there.
Real war of attrition here.
Well, here's how much it is, unless I am mistaken. Gents, we are tied once again.
And with that, I would like to use my minute timeout. Scott McLeod has the momentum.
I want to kill it out now. So the time now currently is 10:14. We are going to come back at the 9:18 mark when David called it. Scott, how are you feeling at this point?
I mean, like I said, Harry Potter, I only had like a passing interest in the films. I didn't read the books, so. But then I kind of feel bad for it, that the fact that the wrestling movies helped me pull it back. Because I'm trying to get away from just being known as a guy who knows all about wrestling. But I'm doing fairly decent so far, I think.
Well, you never know. Perhaps the next round can help get some more points for you. You never know. We'll find out very soon. We are approaching the end very, very quickly, so we're going to power through what we can of the next round before the final 3 minutes will be our general knowledge round. And now we also need to hope that David makes it back in time.
Yeah. I have a weird feeling this might go to sudden death given how close it's come so far.
Well, if it is, I have plenty of questions written out for that in that eventuality. And with that, we are going to restart. David Campbell back just in time. The last of the themed categories. If appropriate, we are back to this one. It is Star Wars, gentlemen. The first question. In Star Wars The Force Awakens, how does Finn refer to Han Solo after being told to stop calling him Solo? The look of concern was on David Campbell's face there. Could this be the round that Scott overtakes him? We never know. And 3, 2, 1. Scott, what is the answer?
He said stop calling him Solo, so did you just call him Han? I don't know.
Oh, interesting. David?
Said Mr. Solo.
David gets a point as Mr. Solo.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting here. The second question. Chewbacca in Last Jedi finds himself being stared down by a group of porgs. Why? Oh, I'm enjoying this. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to come to the grinning face up there, David Campbell.
Because he's just roasted one of their brethren.
Scott?
Well, it's the same if I put a kilt one.
I'll take both of them. I'll happily take that, yeah.
That's
a bit
fair.
hard, but you know.
Our next question. Rey and Kylo Ren have their final duel in Rise of Skywalker on the remains of what crashed station? Three, 2, 1. Scott, what's the answer?
It is the remains of the second Death Star.
Scott? David, rather?
The remains of the second Death Star.
Correct. Very, very good. Next question.
I had to score that out. You see me frantically scribbling because at first I wrote Star Killer and then realised I've got the wrong movie. So,
Second one. The next question, rather. Who are the only 2 characters to feature in every Star Wars movie? Three, 2, 1. David.
R2D2 and C3PO.
Scott.
Same. CPO and R2.
Correct. Points to both of you there. Very, very interesting at this point. 5th question. Which Pirates of the Caribbean star appears in The Phantom Menace?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Can you repeat that question, please, Dan?
I will not. In 3, 2, 1. So, Scott, the answer, please.
It was Keira Knightley as Padme's double.
Oh my god!
David, did you have any inkling of that one?
No, I forgot Keira Knightley was in Phantom Menace.
Ooh. Okay. And the final question. Name the actor who played Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
It's so close.
3, 2, 1. Okay. David?
Hayden Christensen.
And Scott?
Ian Christensen.
And there we have it. So we've gotten to the last round a little early. We have a potential 4.5, well, maybe 3.5 minutes perhaps. But we'll go with that. But to let you guys know what the score is right now, you are tied 22 each.
Of course we are.
We are going into the final rounds. This is general knowledge, so there is no specific theme. I will ask you anything that you're going to hear in this one. So you might know it, you might not. All I will say is the very best of luck to you, gentlemen. In fact, I would dare say, may the force be with you. Because quite frankly, you guys are going to frickin' need it. In fact, you know what? Just looking at the timer now, we actually have 4 minutes. Let's do it, guys. We're doing a 4-minute round. We're going on the fly with this one.
Let's go.
The first question in general knowledge. What is the title of the second James Bond movie?
From Russia with Love.
Are we not writing it down?
Are we writing it down? Please. Well,
we're going to scrap that question.
Oh, you thought I thought you were right. I didn't know if you were right. You said Scott, so I thought you were asking me directly.
No, sorry.
I'm confused, alright?
We're just writing it down.
Sorry.
Right, we'll scrap that one and go to another question instead.
I had that written anyway, so wouldn't have mattered.
Very well. So the question is, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, is a line from which classic film?
I always get this mixed up. It's one of 2.
It's like the betting buddy still game. You're supposed to write the answers down.
Scott, what is the answer?
Gone with the Wind.
David?
Gone with the Wind.
Correct. Next question. What movie won Steven Spielberg his first Oscar for Best Director? The GOAT appears to have an answer already, and Scott as well. David, what's the answer?
Schindler's List.
Scott?
Schindler's List.
Correct answers. Very well done. In Space World, the movie, it suggests the group star in Space Force 5. Which Quentin Tarantino film is this referencing?
That's a tricky one.
Where do you think you'd hear Spice Girls and Quentin Tarantino in the same sentence? Yeah.
Well, let's see if you know the answer to the question now, Scott. What is the answer?
I think I've heard for this exact question. Is it Pulp Fiction?
David?
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is where it's first mentioned.
Great answer for both of you there. Very well done. Next question. What year saw the release of The Princess Bride?
Oofed.
We are now in the final 2 minutes, gentlemen.
Oh, my heart was going a mile a minute.
3, 2, 1. Scott, the answer.
1987.
David.
1985.
Scott takes the point. Viggo Mortensen plays what character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy? David, the answer, please.
Aragorn.
Scott?
Aragorn. One of the few characters whose names I remember.
Great points for both of you. In what film does Robert De Niro ask the question, "You talking to me?" Scott, the answer, please.
Taxi Driver.
David?
Taxi Driver.
Correct answers. What flavour of Pop-Tarts does Buddy the Elf use for his spaghetti in Elf? Scott, your answer.
Complete guess about strawberry.
David?
Mint chocolate chip.
I'll accept your answer, David. It was chocolate.
Yes.
Oh, did I put chocolate? Yeah.
Next question. What film features the line, "You can't handle the truth"? David, the answer.
Few Good Men.
Scott?
You Good Men.
Okie dokie. Oh, gentlemen. I can reveal that 30 minutes has passed. And we are continuing on. It is sudden death.
I knew it. I knew this would happen.
No, I can't do this.
We are currently on 29 each. So we're going to continue the questions. The first one to get a question wrong is the loser.
Of course.
This is what you wanted, people. We're getting this. The next question. What is the highest grossing James Bond movie of all time?
Oh my god.
Could this be the moment the goat falls?
This could be the one I told you it was my weakness.
David, what's the answer?
Skyfall.
Scott?
I also put Skyfall.
Correct. Next question. How many films have Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio starred in together? Scott?
4.
David?
2.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the GOAT, David Campbell!
Wow.
On a score of 31-30, David Campbell has won the first ever Quiz Showdown Ironman match.
Well,
first off, I will just, before we come to you, David, Scott, what a bloody effort in that one. That was fantastic. Well done.
You know what? I'm not even disappointed. You know, geez, that came down to the wire. That was already a better Ironman match than Brett v. Sean, honestly. We've got 2 words for them. But brilliant.
effort there, Scott. That was absolute, like, I'm not kidding. For the last 2 minutes, my hands have been shaking and sweating. This has actually been fantastic.
What do you think we feel? Jeez, oh.
I can imagine. So,
I thought, this is it.
so I do need to now ask the question, obviously. So, David, you've claimed victory here on the Quiz Showdown Ironman match. What are your thoughts right now?
Barely did it. I hope this is the end of the beef, the long beef between me and Scott McLeod. I hope there's a mutual respect there, because that was some match. When the wrestling round, I was happy. The first 2 rounds got that wee bit ahead, gave me the confidence. The reason I took the time out in that wrestling round, I was shook, man. Absolutely shook when he got it back there. So I was happy that I managed to grind out the result in sudden death. But I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, that James Bond question came up, and I was like, it's going to be Spectre. He's going to put Spectre, and he's going to have it. So lucky it went. To be honest with you, the DiCaprio and Winslet question, there were 2 actors that I looked at in the lead into this. It was just lucky that I knew they were in both Revolutionary Road and Titanic. Like we said, it was going to come down to stuff that you did or didn't know, and Scott was just unlucky on the day, because any other sudden death question, he could be the winner.
I knew about those 2 movies, but for whatever reason, I thought, like, they've been in more, haven't they? They seem like 2 actors who work together a lot.
Yeah.
And
you do kind of get that feeling with them, to be honest. Huh? Like, you do get that feeling that, they've been in more. It's just one of those people, you're just like, yeah, they've got to have been in more.
Yeah.
And then you look at their filmography and you're like, really?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah, just to give you guys context, so that was the 41st question out of 60 that I wrote for this.
Jesus.
I was prepared in case you 2 went the full mile on this thing. If we got to the 60th question, I would have just went, nope, calling it a draw.
All right.
Just like, I give up, we're done. Right, rock, paper, scissors. That'll be it.
Jeez, oh man.
But I'm sad.
There we go.
I'm sad this ended before we got into any Mean Girls questions, because I've only just finally watched it.
Man,
you'll be delighted to know no Mean Girls questions.
I will say this: the only question I'm kicking myself on is the Ford Anglia one from Harry Potter, because I think I should have got that. It's one that I did know, I just couldn't pull it at the time. So I'm happy that Ford Anglia didn't cost me in the end, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to point out the fact that I can see the Harry Potter books in the background.
Yes, like right over there. Got my wand and everything.
Good taste. Now, that has been probably the most tense episode of Quiz Showdown we have ever done.
Jeez, oh.
I say that like we've done plenty. We've only done 4 of the things, so but oh god, that
none
was
of them
fantastic.
had a time limit.
True that. I might need to do this time limit things a bit more now. Like, that was brilliant. Just like a wee quick sudden sprint Ironman match here and there. That'd be fantastic, actually. So if you can hear that in the background, that is my cat, by the way, who is meowing for attention out there. I'll get you in a minute, pal. So I know he's always demanding. So before we cut off, Scott, is there anything you want to say to the viewers just now ahead of whatever comes next for Quiz Showdown 5?
I don't feel any disappointment really over losing there, because obviously you always want to win, but like I said, I didn't want to be in a massive points gap here. So I think that me and David showed why we are 2 of the best on ESSR, why it was us 2 that started Saturday Draft Live and everything. And I hope my co-host who believed in me will not be too disappointed, because I feel like I held my head high right up until the end.
Absolutely sterling effort from you there, Scott. And would I be correct in saying that you actually have some plans regarding Quiz Showdown 5?
Oh, yes. Next time you see me here on Quiz Showdown 5, the quiz powers explode. You will see me again. But not coming after Ross to get back my Quiz Showdown championship. As much like David Hockney stood in for Ruthless Aggression, I now am the master.
Wow. No one better for it.
It'll be very interesting for that one.
Talking of time limits, I do have an idea for a time limit based round, but we'll talk about that off air. We'll leave that as a surprise for the listeners.
I look forward to those discussions. And we will say once again, a much deserved congratulations to both these men. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, the winner of the first ever Quiz Showdown Ironman match. He is the GOAT. He is the ESSR World Champion, David Campbell.
Well, it's one of those things today where you have a match that good that almost is more important than winning. Just to be part of that, they went to sudden death. You're afraid these matches won't live up to the hype, but I think we proved why we deserved a video package at the start of this today. Obviously, go check out the Conspiracy Theory also on this YouTube channel. But just taking the time to announce, Book It will be a new show that's coming to this very YouTube channel. And produced by yourself, Daniel, continuing that team up there. But Scott will also be competing. It will be a knockout round tournament. Each competitor will get a specific series of rosters, specific things they need to navigate around, and whoever books the best show wins the game. It is that simple.
It is that simple. Let us see how much fun it will be. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been the champion of a galaxy far, far away, Daniel Campbell. He has been the Ironman of a galaxy far, far away, Scott McLeod. And he has been the Quiz Showdown winner for today. He is the ESSR champion, the GOAT, David Campbell. From the three of us here, thank you all, and we'll catch you again sometime.